You are watching Undisputed. I teased a LeBron topic as we went to break. Unfortunately, this is just a 1-hour show and time is running short. So let's get to the news of the hour. Cam Newton, predictably cut by the Panthers. NFL Network reporting that he was offered in trade to both the Bears and the Chargers, who obviously could use a quarterback. You could argue both declined. So Shannon Sharp, what does that mean for Cam's future? Will anyone want Cam Newton even as a backup quarterback?
Sure. Why would I trade for him when I know you guys are going to release him? Why would I take on a $19 million salary when you're going to release him and then I can negotiate a contract that's more palatable and more cap-friendly to me? Skip, they had to release him. You've signed Teddy Bridgewater, $63 million over 3 years. You got the guy from the XFL, PJ Walker, I think that's his name. So why would I trade for Cam and give you draft picks with that contract? That makes no sense, knowing you're going to have to release him.
Okay. So
that's LeBron.
Obviously, oh, that's LeBron calling you? Oh, he's mad that we're not talking about it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, to your point, Matt Rule had Walker when he was at Temple, and he won like 28 games with him, so he loves him. And again, he was the breakout star of the XFL, so got no problem with that. Again, I understand your point, but again, if you were the Bears and you were the Chargers and you really, really wanted Cam Newton and you feared there was another team that could trade for him, you would trade. At least you'd offer something. You'd offer a 6th or a 7th, or I don't know. You might even offer a 5th if you were getting scared that the Bears wanted him, right?
No, but here's the thing, though, Skip. Remember, the Bears have Trubisky. They just traded for Nick Foles. And if I'm not mistaken, I forget. So now the Chargers like, well, hold on. What's the likelihood of somebody trading for a guy that's coming off an injury, coming off the foot injury? He had shoulder surgery also. What's the likelihood of somebody trading for a quarterback for $19 million, giving up draft picks when there's a greater chance they're going to release him and then we can get him on the cap at our liking? That makes no sense to me, Skip. Yeah. I believe that's it. Now, do I believe once he's released that Cam is going to get signed somewhere? Sure. Once the medical check out, he'll be just fine.
Okay, so the point is that the Bears probably were offered Cam before they chose to go Nick Foles. And again, did they choose Nick Foles over Cam Newton? I'm going to guess yes. And again, that's obviously
familiarity
with Mitchell Trubisky. What's that? Say again?
They're Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy came from that system in Philly. He knows Nick Foles plays very well in that system. Now, he had yet to play. Think about it, PJ Walker. Why did Matt Rule sign him? Why did they sign Teddy Bridgewater? Teddy Bridgewater has familiarity with Joe Brady, who was at New Orleans before he went to LSU. So what we're seeing, Skip, Phillip Rivers, familiarity. He goes to a guy that was his coordinator in San Diego. LA. So what we're seeing, Skip, is that when guys bring these guys in, they're familiar with the system, and so they're not starting from ground zero. They can pick up the ball and start running right away.
Okay. So I also remind you that there's a guy named Jameis Winston still out there on the market, cut by the Bucs. There's still a guy named Joe Flacco who has one of the great postseason resumes in the history of this league, and he's still out there cut by the Broncos on the open market. Yeah. Now we have musical chairs leaves us with the Chargers, who have Tyrod Taylor. I know he pronounces it Tyrod, and I can't do that. I'm sorry, forgive me for that, but I'm going to say Tyrod Taylor. Do I like Tyrod? I like him. I don't love him. Can he win you some games? Did he get Buffalo to the playoffs where they lost like 6-3 or whatever it was at Jacksonville in a playoff game? I think it was 9-6. But the point is, he's pretty good. Did he start for a while? Remember what Hugh Jackson did in Cleveland, Hard Knocks? He started for a while over Baker. Then Baker finally got a shot, and boom, he took off. Maybe in Cleveland, they're wishing they had Tyrod back. I don't know, but I still believe in Baker Mayfield. But the point is that, to me, the Chargers have a choice of Tyrod or Cam or Jameis or Flacco. And right now, it feels like Cam is so... What's that? Oh, because he's.
I say Joe Flacco's out. It should be between Cam and Jameis.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. But Flacco, at some point, if he ever gets healthy, still has some decent football left in him. But okay, I'm with you on this. Right now, I would take Jameis over Cam just because Cam seems so battered to me. He just seems like he's had 5 different things go wrong. And he's got like cauliflower body, where he's just taken so much punishment that he's starting just to wear out physically. Jameis actually did a lot of great things. Like he threw 33 touchdowns, he threw 30 interceptions, but I still believe in a little younger Jameis than I would in Cam. That's just me. So again, it's up to the Chargers. It seems like that's the only real landing spot for Cam right now, unless he just wants to be somebody's backup quarterback.
Skip, that's going to be I mean, you think about it. You come in and you're the face of a franchise, and now all of a sudden they're asking you to be a backup. It hadn't been long that Cam was the MVP of the league. Man, that's a precipitous fall to go from MVP of the league, one of the best quarterbacks in all of football, to now out of work looking for a backup role.
I got you. I got to interrupt. I'm sorry these shows are so short, 1 hour, Shannon, but we're out of time. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank everybody that made this show possible. Remember, we'll be back on in this time slot from 11 to noon Eastern on FS1 tomorrow. Until then, please stay safe and please stay home.